Hi, my name is Israel Horowitz, and I would like to tell you a little bit about my life. From the time that I was a young child, I was sent to study in order to become a rabbi. I was raised ultra-Orthodox, and so, as a young boy, I attended a Hasidic elementary school. This was like being in an old town in Europe about 300 years ago, because everything was in Yiddish. The classes were spoken in Yiddish, and we were familiar with the practices of the European Jews for the past 500 years. This education continued as I went to a Yeshiva high school. This is a high school where boys show up at 7 a.m. in the morning for prayers and study Talmud all throughout the day, up until 9 to 10 p.m. at night. I did this for 4 years and then continued on to a post-high school yeshiva. I rather enjoyed the curriculum, and I was a very successful student. I was passionate about the teachings, and I very much enjoyed the seriousness of the religion. I felt passionate about God. I felt connected to my tradition, and I was a very proud yeshiva student. By the time I turned 19, it was clear to me that I was either going to be the next prodigy of the yeshiva movement, or I was going to have to question the basis for the way of life as it was being done. Questions would crop up, like, why are there no girls in this school? Or why would one have to sit and study hours and hours of the Talmud in order to be a worthy Jew in the eyes of God? And additionally, there was a real disillusionment with the religious fundamentalism that I was seeing and the unwillingness of people in the system to question their own beliefs. Authority was dutifully obeyed, even worshipped, while you were told to remain silent and not ask any questions of the rabbis and their authority. Suffice it to say that by the time I learned to think for myself, I did not have much respect for the institution anymore. I began to read books dealing with topics like atheism and topics like the Enlightenment and philosophy and all sorts of ideas that would be considered blasphemous and taboo in the yeshiva environment. At the age of 19, I left the yeshiva and returned to my home in Los Angeles. There I began to become enamored with the ideas of secularism. Little did I know that as I got rid of one ideology, I was simply replacing it with another ideology that was just as destructive and just as false. I studied in college for a number of years and received my bachelor's degree in psychology. All the while I was searching, I was not content with the explanations that were given to me, neither by the religious system or by the secular system. I realized that there was something deeply missing from all of this, and that there was a lack of acknowledgement about the truth of existence and the individual's right to live freely. After years of searching, I realized that I needed to find something that I could hold on to that would be able to orient my life in the proper direction. It did not occur to me that the very foundation of the religion that I had rejected is actually what held the key. You see, when you learn the Torah, or the Old Testament, as it is called, when you learn it in the context of rabbinic theology and orthodoxy, you come across a system that is bent towards the word of man. The 5 books of Moses, which are the first 5 books of the Bible, and the only genuine revelation from God to an individual man, containing history of the world, laws in which to live our lives, and moral principles that can guide a civilization. That is only found in the 5 books of Moses. That is only found in the Bible. And unfortunately, having seen the works of man infiltrate all aspects of thought, I realized that I needed to return to the roots. And the roots are the Torah. At this point in my life, I have undertaken the task of practicing as a rabbi to teach the Torah correctly to the Jewish people and to all who wish to learn from God's revelation to his people.